Yeah, hi guys. Great race today. A lot of drivers pushed their asses out. They went out there, gave it one of the best races we've had. Much better than the Silverstone GP. This is a race that was delayed for about 30-40 minutes because of the rain. Kudos to the Belgian GP organizers. They were able to dry it out a little, made it more raceable, and we could achieve the 44 laps, though it was a 40 laps out of 44. But 4 laps was behind the safety car. But at the end of the day, we had a great race. Massive one for Oscar Piastri. Great race for him, trying to maintain his lead in the Drivers' Championship, and great one for McLaren, being able to end the race 1-2, still showing the McLarens are dominant. And a great race for Charles Leclerc. He did a beautiful race ahead of Max Verstappen, was able to stay there, keep Max Verstappen behind him, a faster car behind him. What a great race it was for him. And with all the troubles, the struggles Max Verstappen is having, especially with the rear wings, yeah, he chose the rear wing, so I won't blame that. It was his own choice. Mercedes struggles, a lot of struggle today for Mercedes. But at the end of the day, the major thing is you looking at the 20 seconds. The McLaren having 20 seconds advantage over the third. Oscar Piastri 20 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Lando Norris 15 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. That is as clear as daylight. McLarens are still like 3/10 to 4/10 ahead of the Ferrari. And that we saw today. And for those that don't understand, it is how racing is. When you bring good upgrades, that is what we will show. A groundbreaking crowd at the Belgian Grand Prix. 389,000 people. That's groundbreaking. And I think for two drivers, it's like a home race for them. Talking about Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, they have a close, maybe from maternal side, close alliances with the Belgians. But today, second and fourth were good enough for them. Hamilton, Kimi Antonelli, Alonso, starting from pit lane because they had engine changes and they made a lot of changes to their car. Carlos Sainz also starts from pit lane, bring the Park family to make some pure changes to his car, and he was starting ahead of Lewis Hamilton. 17th, Lewis Hamilton started the same place he started the sprint race. He started the same way he started the sprint race yesterday. He started in 18, while Kimi Antonelli started the same place he started at 19. Well, for Alonso and his team, I think they don't have really much to lose. I'm talking about the Aston Martin. They would have looked at this season and like, well, whatever happens this season. But at the end of the day, decent one for them. Driver of the day, Lewis Hamilton. Fastest lap of the day, Kimi Antonelli. And the two Spaniards came ahead of each other, and I kept on wondering what happened to Carlos Sainz. He made some changes to the car. Is it that the changes didn't work? Well, we will know during this analysis. Alex Albon was able to keep Lewis Hamilton behind him. Why? I will let you know. But it is a massive one all through. Let me start from Oscar Piastri. Great racing for him. He stuck close to his teammate Lando Norris. Knew he would make the mistake. His teammate made the mistake, and he was a gunner for it. He went for it directly, stayed so close. The slipstream gave him an advantage, and he overtook Lando Norris. And from there, he broke out of the toe and was just gunning it down till the end of the race. Teammate was unable to get close to him. Lando Norris, still a lot of mistakes from him, unusual mistakes, and those mistakes have a way of haunting him and haunted him. Charles Leclerc defended very well. Max Verstappen, great race from him. And like I said, the major thing is they were in another race. I'm talking about Leclerc, Verstappen, George Russell, and others were in another race. The McLarens were in a different race of their own. They were just running ahead and telling everybody, we'll go catch you on later, we'll talk later. And that was it. They were just in another race, in another league of their own. And at the end of the day, it simply goes down to a lot of hard work, a whole lot of hard work. McLaren are twice and 20 points ahead of Ferrari in double digits. They've cleared the coast. It's looking like the Constructors' Championship is rested for them. Drivers' Championship looks rested, but we are in half of the season, so let's see what others bring. Top 4 drivers, I don't think I need to talk about them. They didn't have much. They're just a different race of their own. George Russell again is not somebody I should talk about because he had a different race. He was just in the race on his own. But from Lewis Hamilton started 18, ended the race 7th, gained 11 positions. That is massive. Aside from him was 3 positions. Wow. Right from the beginning of the race, since 5 laps into the race, 5 positions. Called for tire change right on the money, changed the tire, got out there, 6 more positions, and voila, that was it. 11 places gained. It was right behind Alex Albon. His team said he should be lifting and coasting. Why? Because of the fuel level. And he was complaining about it at the point that why should he still be lifting and coasting? They said yes, because they don't want him to be affected or the whole fuel to end up. Why? Because they stayed long behind the safety car. So that was why they said he should be doing lift and coast. And that really hampered his race. He could have progressed, because as I was looking at it, I was looking at Lewis Hamilton probably finishing 5th or 6th thereabouts, in which I knew he could have done 5th. Why did I say he could have done 5th? Because looking at his pace at that point, he was very, very, very fast. So the lift and coast hampered the speed. He could have ended the race probably ahead of George Russell. So that was unable to allow him to hunt down Alex Albon just because he needed to save well. That's for Lewis Hamilton. Alex Albon, great race for him. He started right in the point, stayed in the point. Lewis Hamilton was the major driver outside the point that really gained into the point. Pierre Gasly too gained into the point. Great one for him. Yuki Tsunoda from in point, outside the point. Yuki Tsunoda, I don't know how he's still struggling, but I think it is a big ask and a big question to really look at what is happening to Yuki Tsunoda, because now he's having almost the same upgrade as his teammate and he's still struggling with it. With the upgrade that the Ferrari brought, now the challenge is, have they found balance? They are going to Hungary next week. Do they still need to work on a lot of things? Yes, they need to work on a lot of things. How do they keep the balance and make upgrades work? They said the upgrade has given them what they really need, but what do they really need? They need speed. The upgrade has only made them to be able to lower the car, but lowering the car, we are expecting them to have some downforce points, but now we are not looking at them having a downforce point, but only looking at it that they're struggling. It's going to be a big one for them. And kudos to Lewis Hamilton comforting Kimi Antonelli after the qualifying yesterday. He went to meet Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes home, gave him some words of comfort. After the race today, he did the same. Kimi Antonelli is pushing his that out there. There are some pretty little mistakes here and there for him, and I think he needs to find himself and get his balance. He's an 18-year-old that has been thrown into the middle of the sharks, and he has not really backed out. He's doing a beautiful job, pretty terrific job he's doing out there. To Pierre Gasly did a powerful job out there today in a car that is really struggling. He kept a lot of back markers around him to his back, and he was able to lead them in the tow, and they were unable to overtake him. What a great drive for him. Gabriel Bortoleto coming night, perfect one for him. Kick Sauber gaining points, Sauber, and Liam Lawson, should I say Liam Lawson is back. Liam Lawson really gaining some good points with the RB. One RB in points, one Red Bull in point, one Mercedes in point, one Williams in point, one Kick Sauber in point, and one Alpine in point. No Aston Martin in point. Great one for Haas. They did a terrific job, though they know that in the race they might not be there. Oliver Bierman chose a more beefier and more chunky wings, but in the race it didn't help him. I think he needs more of the experience to survive. He needs more of the experience to survive. And to driver like Nico Hulkenberg, I went for the second change. I think that really affected him. Could have been in the point, but they lacked the belief that the tires will hold up all through the 30-something laps they still had, and that really messed this race up. He could have been in the point. He took a gamble and he was out. Alonso, Alonso, what a race today! But Epa Ogboro, there was nothing he could do. He really gave his heart out there. Alonso ran the race, but Aston Martin needs to work on that car. They've been bringing upgrades, but the upgrades have not really been working. The upgrades have not really shown potential. So I think Aston Martin need to find a balance there. And Lance Stroll, his teammate, really, Lance Stroll gave a good account of himself recently, ending the race 14th. He has really shown himself in races, though he had his own issues, his own misdirections, but Lance Stroll has been powerful. He has been powerful. Kimi Antonelli, pity for him, but he did a bit of what he could do. Now to Carlos Sainz, I think I was talking about Carlos Sainz as one of the drivers that have been outstanding, but this race has not been outstanding. It shows that he has struggled and he's struggling. He made some setup changes, but setup changes didn't work in the race, and that put him behind a lot of people. And who are those people that it put him behind? It put him behind Alonso, Antonelli, Esteban Ocon, and that for me, his teammate ending his race in 6th and Carlos Sainz ending in 18th. That's 12 places. That is bad. I think he started 17th. I think he could have ended the race somewhere like 7th or 8th probably. But number one, fear didn't make him take the right decision, which a lot of drivers didn't do. Depends on your experience, but a whole lot is involved in racing. After the next race in Hungary, I think a lot of teams might need to upgrade, because this might be the biggest upgrades they are bringing. Ferrari still 2nd in the championship, McLaren leading, Mercedes 3rd, and Red Bull 4th. For Red Bull, I think it's a long season for them, and for Max Verstappen, you should just forget about championship. Championship is between the two McLarens. I said earlier that whether will be the determinant of this race. A lot of teams will surprise us, and we can see teams like Racing Bull, though I expected more teams to surprise, but the weather, rain, and back and forth really didn't allow us to see the true potentials. But going to Hungary, I think it will be a different race. Hungary is a different beast of a track. Let's see how the Hungaroring really give us its own beat of the race. Isaac Aja today, not a good race for him. He has ended the race number 20. He struggled all through. He's an excellent driver, but today it was not something that really spoke for him. For Kola Pinto, the only driver on the present grid that has not scored, I think if Jack Doan has been left, Jack Doan might have scored points, but Alpine, a lot of misstrategy. Gasly is just the only driver in Alpine that's been scoring points, and they're pushing that team. That team is just like a second Red Bull with one driver getting the team. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what Flavio is thinking. Yeah, Colapinto raced with Williams last year and he has a lot of experience, but the car has some inputs of Jack Doohan, I believe. So I think they should have left him. But, well, it's Formula One. The way they think is much more different. So what should we expect in Hungary? We should expect more excitement. And also, every time we go to the Belgian Grand Prix, we always remember Antoine Hubert. His mother was with Pierre Gasly's mother today in the Alpine garage. And congratulations to Ugochukwu, the Nigerian American driver. He came second in the F3 sprint. The F3 was not run today because of the weather, and I think he has really progressed this year, and I will be so happy to see Philip on the track soon. And other Nigerians out there that are racing in either karting or other series, I would love to see you guys. It will be a passion for us to welcome what you guys are doing, because you guys are just a light that we share in Nigeria, because you guys give us hope about motorsport. And to the parents of all the karting F3 racers out there, we love you. We love you guys. Thank you for putting your children through this wonderful sport, and you guys are light to us here. We love you. Congrats to the female team of Nigeria for winning 10 WAFCON championship. They won their 10th yesterday, and that is a good one because they came from a 2-0 deficit to win by 3-2 against the host nation Morocco. What a great one for them. Congratulations to Nigeria. Congratulations to the president and to the whole wonderful people of Nigeria. And in the ongoing African Championship, the basketball team of Nigeria is doing a great job. And to the wonderful lady covering this whole thing, Aniola Amodu, great one. We see your good work. God bless you. I love you guys. Bye. Cheers.